Hello, fellow comic book lovers, collectors, and aficionados. Vin Crew here with his Bitch, his back issue comic haul. And I just want to get through the rest of this book stuff that has been sitting in this long box since the middle of October of last year. So I'm definitely going to get through this last bit. This shouldn't be hopefully a long video, so don't want to waste a lot of your time. But first off, I want to wish everyone a happy free comic book day. We hope that everyone was able to get all the books that they were looking for, the young ones, and us young ones at heart were able to find the books that we were interested in too. But it's ultimately all about the kids for that particular day. And also hope everyone's able to see Civil War. It was an awesome movie. Not going to go into it very much, but well worth seeing. Want to wish all of the mothers out there a belated Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day. So, all right. And I love you, Mom. I want to say that also. All right. So let's get on here. Speaking of the Civil War, that brings up an interesting rumor that has started now, is that they are speculating that in Avengers Part 3, that they are going to introduce the Carol Danvers Captain Marvel character at that point. Now, another interesting rumor, if you have not heard, is that they are scrapping the names of the Avengers 3 and 4. They are no longer calling them the Infinity Wars 1 and 2. They are going to call them something different. Don't know what that different is yet. Do not know how that will affect the movie. Don't know how that will affect speculating. Don't know any of that at this point, but they are definitely changing the names. So, all right. And another, speaking of the Civil War and the Avengers, is that Marvel is fully backing a solo Black Widow movie, and it doesn't. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. That does not mean that they have gone and greenlit a Black Widow movie. It just means that they are strongly backing that as a possibility. So if that's the case, and I really hope they do, my God, was she awesome in Civil War. But issue 52 of Tales of Suspense, her first appearance. All right, another rumor that I just read today. I probably won't post this, but I made this Sunday, so Sunday afternoon I read it, is that the Legends of Tomorrow television show is going to cast not one, but two new characters for next year. And they have not announced these character names, but they have gone ahead with some descriptors of what they're looking for and what this character will comprise. Characters, excuse me. The first one being is a male character, which we already knew there was going to be an additional male character. But how they're describing him, the speculators, the people in the know, are the lead horse is, they're believing it to either be Citizen Steel or Commander Steel, same character, just different versions. And Citizen Steel makes his first appearance here in Justice Society of America 7, beautiful Alex Ross cover. He does show up on the cover of issue 1, but he doesn't show up inside the book. So you make your decision on that. If you want to get technical, Commander Steel makes his first appearance in the 1978 series, Steel the Indestructible Man. I don't own that one. I did buy it. I have it on my way, so we'll see what happens there. The second character that they are going to add to the show is a female character, a fighting ace from, is it World War I or World War II? But because of the description of this character, they're thinking to believe that it's Lady Blackhawk. Now, Lady Blackhawk, the first version, oh my God, good luck finding that book. If you have it, you know how tough of a book that is to find. But the version that they're thinking is the second version, and she makes her appearance in the miniseries. I believe it's from the same year, 78, I think, I believe. Is it 70? 78 or 88. I'm wrong on my year there, I'm sure. But it's a mini-series, number 1. It's done by the awesome Chaykin. So, all right. Okay, so let's move on to these books that I picked up. And before I start, I know that there's some conversations going on out there on YouTube about what people want to see in videos, and everybody wants to watch videos for different reasons: long videos, short videos, prices, no prices, Mylar, poly, whatever the case is. There's never a way to make everyone happy. So, and just so you know, the reason I make my videos is, the important thing is I want to use this as a mechanism for me to catalog what my books are, and my important books in my collection, especially with the size of my collection. If God forbid something would happen to them, this is another mechanism to help me recoup some costs through insurance. And they are going to look at what these books are worth, not what I paid for them, okay? If they see what I paid for them, guess what's going to happen there, okay? Secondly, I know people out there like Joe Knipp and a few others of you are very interested in the price. You know, let me know. You can email me, you can whatever, comment me. I'd be happy to tell you what I paid for these books. But another reason I don't, among many other reasons, is I show a lot of books in my videos, and to me, the important thing, and this is why I look in other people's videos, is I want to know what makes these books important. Is it a new appearance of a character? Is it a costume? Is it a death? Is it something different? A kick-ass cover, an artist, whatever the case is. That's the important thing to me, not the price. Everybody can get good prices on books, and to be honest, you know, like I get a little jealous when I see people get great prices, and I also get tugging at my heart when I see people overpaying for books. So, you know, it's whatever you think a book is worth and what you're willing to pay for. That's what a book is worth, and that's all I gotta say about it. Okay, so if you want, sometimes I mention my price if it's relevant, but you know, is what it is. So, all right, so let's keep it going here. Here's Tales of Suspense 85, just Silver Age to help fill my run. This book here, I paid $8 for this at Half Price Books. This is Tales of Suspense 35, really nice condition. It is the prototype of The Watcher. And there's a lot of these prototype books, a lot of them, Journey into Mystery and a few other ones. So here's some Tales to Astonish book. Here is 58, an early Ant-Man appearance. This is the issue that is the last issue before the Hulk is in the book as a dual one. This book, I think, and here's another reason why I don't mention my prices, is that I'll bundle, not to sound like the American Pickers people, but I bundle a lot of my books when I'm buying them. And so, you know, if I don't get 20, 30% off my purchases for buying quite a few, I get pretty upset. I usually won't buy them. But you know, with that case, then how do you figure out what you paid for them? You know, and I buy these books so far back, and I don't know. There's just many reasons why I don't. You know, so but this is Tales to Astonish 63. This is the origin of the leader and the new costume to the Giant Man, I believe. So, all right. And this here doesn't really bother me, you know. I mean, if I find it, I paid less than $10 for that book. I know that, and so it doesn't affect the story at all. And so, you know, if I find a different cover, a better one, I'll pick it up for a reasonable price. But I'd much rather own the book. Here's number 70. So now I own everything from like 64 until this series ends and turns into The Incredible Hulk. All right, here's a book that I've only seen Francis McMiniman show, and it's a very interesting book, especially if you're into the independent books. Now, this is Jim Ballant's Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose #1. All right, this is a series that is still ongoing to this day. In fact, it's going longer than Witchblade. And the original print run on issue #1 was just under 14,000. It didn't crack 14,000. But there were two versions of this cover, and I believe it was an equal split. So if that is the case, then there's less than 7,000 of each of #1. That's less than there are of Walking Dead #1. And I'm not comparing it, okay? I'm just doing numbers, all right? And if you look on eBay, and I would suggest not buying this on eBay. If you do, wait for an auction. You can get them a much more reasonable price. They'll ask $60, $70. I've seen $100 asked for these books raw. So if you're into the independent stuff and it's into the magic and that sort of a thing. If you're into that kind of stuff, you might suggest it. It's an interesting read. So here I picked up a couple more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles out of the first series. There's issue number 9. And this one I paid $40 for this book, I think. 35 or 40. And it's number 4, first print. So very, very happy to have that. So now I own everything for the first 15 issues of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Series 1, Volume 1, I only need issues 5 and 11, I think it is. So very happy about that. These books I paid less than $1, and I was able to finish my Micro Series run. This is Leonardo and Michelangelo, so I do own all the Micro Series, including the Casey Jones one. So, all right, finally, this one, Transformers number 80. I can't remember what I paid for this. I bought this, I think it was like $20, $25. Beautiful shape, newsstand. And this is the last issue out of the series, Volume 1. And there are certain books, like this book, Conan 275, G.I. Joe 155 come to mind, Star Wars 107 all come to mind as very low print run and very sought after. I know Magneto was right as after this book, finally bought this book and a few other ones. And so very, very happy to have that in my collection. This is another one. Oh my gosh, finally, I think I paid $40 for this. Teen Titans number 1 out of the first series. So now I own the entire first series of Teen Titans. And very happy about that. I own all of the new Teen Titans, Tales of the New Teen Titans, Titans, all of that. All of them I own. So very happy about that. No, the only one I really need is, unfortunately, Brave and the Bold 54. Once I have that, I'll have the first umpteen appearances of them. So, all right, Tomb of Dracula, number 25. I believe that's the first Van Helsing is in this book. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I paid $8 for this book, and getting closer and closer to finishing my Tomb of Dracula. I think I'm needing less than 10 issues maybe to finish that. None of the pricey books. I have all those. This book here, I was going through. One of the sites that I frequent that's like a message board site that discusses errors and misprints and things of that nature. I really dig that stuff. And these are message boards that go deeper than the Real Called Comics site. Was talking about Uncanny X-Men issue 492, and they call it the double pages. And so I went and I looked to see if I had this book, and I own like close to 10 of these issues. So I do have the double pages, which is right here. But what I was doing is I was comparing it to the other books to see what pages were double and that sort of a thing. And I realized I had one that was shorted some pages also. So this one is shorted pages. This one has the double pages. And this one isn't, it's weird. It isn't like pictures that, it isn't pages like that would be together anyway. You know, if they pulled out one full sheet, those pages would be gone. It's like 2 pages that are different. The pages are just omitted. And it's really weird. So I thought that was really cool. I love that stuff. Gonna go into my collection for sure. This is a book I saw on Jan Guy's channel a few times and really fell in love with it and just finally decided to take a plunge. I think I got this for under $15. It's the 1 in 50 variant to the Uncanny X-Men. This is the cover swipe to Marvel feature number 1 of the Defenders. All right, picked up some more. Speaking of X-Men, here's the series number 1. Here's issue 59, 55, 54, which is the first Alex Summers, 52, beautiful Steranko cover. Super happy to have this one. This one I paid $33, I think it was. I remember that. Most of these I bought so long ago, I can't remember. This is issue 35 with Spider-Man on the cover. This is 27. This is actually signed by Dick Ayers. I think I paid less than 20 bucks or about 20 bucks for this one. Right there, letter of authenticity, signed by Dick Ayers right there. And that is issue number 27. Number 22. And issue number 11, which is The First Stranger. And that is it. So now for X-Men, Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, I own everything from 41 on until it ends. And I need 19 issues, 17 or 19 issues to finish that entire volume. So I'm slowly picking at it. Maybe someday I'll get there. We'll see. All right, moving along here. Almost done. Yay! I've seen this pop up quite a few times. My God. I think it's Merc with a Mouth or Archangel, Undisputed Frost. Those guys there have been talking so much about Usagi Yojimbo. You know, I mean, Hollermouse loves it. Tim Morant loves them. Comic Hoarder, all these guys. It's well-deserved, too. But I found my Usagi Yojimbo #1, first print, Fantagraphics, for $1. I found that. All right, some Michael Turner stuff. Here is Witchblade Tomb Raider #1, Michael Turner cover. Witchblade Elektra, beautiful Michael Turner cover. And Wolverine Witchblade. And these are all part of the Devil's Reign mini, the crossover there. Speaking of Wolverine, I was able to find the second print to Old Man Logan, #70. This is the 1 in 10 zombie variant to Wolverine Origins #29. I think I paid like $4 for that book. So very happy about that. I think I paid cover for that book or something, or $3. This one I paid $2. I remember this distinctly. This is the second print to Wolverine Origins 28. This I bought back in, my God, December or January? December, I think it was. So got it for $2 at a antique thing. So I'm very, very happy about that. You look on eBay for that bad boy, you're looking $60, $70 easy for that book. It's a monster. All right. These books, I know I didn't pay more than like $2, and the shipping was really reasonable from Germany. I think I got everything for under $20, all 4 of these. And I was just looking at some different Deadpool covers back in November. And I came across these. These are reprints from, and I think it's German based. I think, don't quote me on it. But this is Marvel's Toughest Heroes, Wolverine and Deadpool, and this is issue #1. It's the covers that catch me. They're reprints, but they're different. There's issue #1, issue 28, issue 120 or 112, and issue 162. So very happy to add those to my collection. World's Finest. I know I've seen this in Mercenaut, or not Mercenaut, but Omega Shin Ryuken, Lightning 2288, maybe Mueller, Omega 13, that sort of. But this is World's Finest 88. This is the first time Joker and Lex Luthor team up. So it's a pretty major deal there. Very, very happy to have that in my collection. All right, these next 3 books here, when this just shows you how when was Jessica Jones out? This goes back to then. Jessica Jones, when that came out, I'll give you this to look at. They were like, oh my God, the first appearance of the Purple Man, Purple Man. It's obviously Daredevil #4 is his first appearance, which I own that, thanks to YMA Jose. I wish you'd do another video. I haven't seen you in a while, Jose. If you watch my stuff, please let me know what's going on. But they were thinking then that the modern age reappearance of the Purple Man was in Alias 24 through 28, which I own those. Showed that almost 2 years ago. But anyways, these 3 are the actual first reappearance of the modern age Purple Man. And it's about 5 years before Alias. This is X-Man 34, 35, and 36. So if you're digging Purple Man from Jessica Jones. I know I'm way behind the party there, but this just shows you how far back it was before I made my last video. These are the books you want, all right? Get the Alias books too. You're not going to go wrong with it. When they announced the Hellfire and the Legion shows, I stumbled across this little mini-series. I only got issues 1 and 2, but I'll try to look for the rest. This is the Hellfire Club X-Men mini-series. First time they headline their own mini-series, so who knows. And this last book here, I'm not rubbing this in your face, Hank, Weapon X, but it just so happened when I was going through books that we were looking at for trades, I had like 3 of these, and he was interested if it was one version. And I kept looking at it, and I couldn't believe I never noticed it until just then. And I must have looked at these 20, 30 times. But this is X-Men Alpha, all right? And this is the gold version, all right? Hope you can tell that right there. Very hard to find, very, very sought after. It's about a $100 book on eBay. And another way you can tell is the UPC code right there. So very happy to have this book. So now I own the gold versions of Alpha and Omega. I do have the Omega one also. So very, very happy about that. To just stumble upon that. I probably had it for 5 years and didn't even know it. So, well, and that's it for my bitch here. So I want to thank everybody once again. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day to all the other moms out there. And if you haven't seen Civil War, I would strongly suggest it. Vin Cruz signing off.